I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your bullish bit brought to you by CoinKite.com, bringing you the best hardware to secure your Bitcoin. The Cold Card Q, the Tab Signer, the Block Log, and plenty more goodies can be found over at CoinKite.com. Use code BTC Sessions for a nice discount at checkout.
I suppose I'm bullish for the reasons you said about local education. The kids are getting it. I mean, it's the compound effects of, they're learning today. They're going to go out in the workforce tomorrow. And then, in a quarter and a year and 5 years, 10 years, they're going to have a really large impact. And every single one of them is their own node, their own network of people that they're going to impact in their world. So I think obviously the freedom first perspective is very optimistic. As far as globally in the land of ETF world, I mean, obviously that's from a pure number go up perspective. That's obviously the number one catalyst probably of this year, maybe tied with the halving or, however you want to define that. But I mean, there's 1.7 million, 1.6, 1.7 million Bitcoin left to be mined over the next 116 years. So if the ETFs could acquire basically a significant fraction of the number of coins that eventually going to be issued. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, I don't think, to figure out that El Salvador is increasing adoption. Guatemala is increasing adoption. That's tens of millions of people that right now don't have a lot of money, but go out one generation, they're going to have more money. And what's the money they're going to want? Are the people in Guatemala going to adopt the ETF? Are the people in Guatemala going to want the dollar as much as Bitcoin? Like, we have Latin America, South America, Africa, much of Southeast Asia. These places are industrializing. These places are growing, right? Right now, I always joke about how we've less in common with the future in the past. Like, really, like we are entering, over this century, we are going to see the global South, or what's often called the global South, in terms of pure population and many cases in GDP too, eclipse America and Canada and Europe and China, China even, and that's not to say it's a zero-sum game, but the point is that right now, places like Nigeria or places like, India or Bangladesh or much of Latin America here are underappreciated, I think, in their purchasing power because they're not close to the money printer, right? Like all of us are. And so they're all industrializing. And in the same way that they skip the landline and go straight to the cell phone, they're going to skip the central banker. They're going to skip Jerome Powell and go straight to Satoshi, right? I mean, and so I think that's very bullish. And